What's up, guys? It's Mr. Caliber here, and your mic's
And the
muted.
beast.
Okay, there you go.
What?
I
I
thought your
said
mic
and the
was.
beast.
I thought your mic was muted. Anyways, carry on.
And the beast.
And I'm Taro.
All right, so this is gonna be short and sweet. Where I'm gonna do most of the talking in this video. I'm coming to talk about the Pulse X mod, not the RDA. I think the RDA looks pretty fucking snazzy, if I do say so myself. Looks pretty fucking
Oh,
good.
I agree. I agree.
I definitely like the airflow difference, or like the way the airflow set up on the new Pulse X RDA. I didn't care for it too much on the Pulse 24. I don't think really anybody cared for it. It was easy to oversquonk. That's besides the point. All right,
That's
so
true.
let's go ahead and take a look. There's my recording program. If anybody ever wonder what I use Ocam. All right, so
Nice.
we're gonna take a look at the mod real quick. Here's the mod. This is what I mean. I like the airflow setup. Here's the mod, and yeah. So it's what it looks like. It looks exactly like the Pulse 80 watt, except the doors are a little bit more flatter. Besides the point. All right, so get back over here. Tony B is going about this all wrong. He really is. Here's why. The Pulse 80 watt hasn't been out for that long. Maybe 4 or 5 months at the most. It may have been a little bit longer than that, but I think he's just asking too much of his followers right now, or his consumers. Customers. Not consumers. Customers. I think he's asking too much from them. You mean to tell me that I already own the Pulse 80 watts, so now I have to go out and buy this Pulse X that's supposed to do 90 watts? When in reality, it's probably not going to do 90 watts because, face it, we're working on a single battery here. There's not enough voltage for that. The nominal voltage, fully charged of a 2700, let me see. I got one right here. Nominal voltage is 3.7 volts. Max charge, 4.2. 4.2 isn't enough. And we've talked about this. It's like, doesn't really matter. Like, you could have buck boosting in here or some type of booster to boost the power up. I don't know how all that works, so don't quote me on that. But you could have some type of booster in there. But I don't think these mods are capable of doing, maybe on a single 18650, a single 2700, maybe 75 at the most. I don't think it's doing 80 or 90 watts. I really don't. I mean, we could literally take a look at the Sigelei Fuchai 213. Or the Sigelei 213. I don't know if it's Fuchai. But the Sigelei 213 had a claim of 213 watts. DJ LSB Vapes came out with the schematics of it and went through all this fucking bullshit to put out that it turns out it only does 55 watts, 150 watts, something like that. So I don't think we're technologically advanced. I don't think we have the right batteries to be making these claims that we do. Oh, a single 18650 or a single 2700 or a single 21700. Oh, this does 80 watts, 90 watts. Or dual 18650, 200 watts. Dual 27, 200 watts. I don't see it happening. Actually, I could see it on dual 2700s. Could. But just besides the point. But on a single battery, I don't see it doing 80, 90 watts. I just don't. There's not enough voltage there. And especially if you're running 18650s with the amperage that they're limited at, you're not getting anywhere as fast. And besides, what are you going to use this 90 watts for? I've literally done several fucking tests with several different builds on the Pulse 80 watt, and dual coils do not run well on those. There's not enough power there. 0.17. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to max out my mod. I don't like maxing out my mod. I'm like a lot of people. I like to leave 10 watts of headroom. So, I don't have a squonk pin in here. It's not the point of the video. I don't care if I have a squonk pin. Alright, so we're going to max this out to 80 watts. Now, keep in mind this build is 0.17. Doesn't fire hard for me.
Yeah.
It's pathetic. It really is. So, and I'm sorry, I don't see anyone going to 90 watts on a single coil. Especially on something like this. This right here, the build that's in here is the build that comes with the recurve. So we're going to go ahead and max this out. 80 watts. That doesn't look like 80 watts to me. Now that could be because my battery is dead. Let's go ahead and swap out batteries. Go ahead and talk if you want, babe. Because I know you had some points I know you had some points you wanted to put out there.
Yeah, I did. If I can remember them. My thing is that he made a comment about how the reason he did this was because he wanted to release a kit, and why not like give it a little extra boost with like the RDA. My thing is he could have released it as like a special edition for the people who wanted the kit. He could have brought it out with like a specially colored 80 watt and then the new RDA and whatever, and then done like a software update for all of the 80 watts to bring them to 90 watts. And that probably would have made people a lot more happy, and it still would have made him money, because there are people who go out there and they chase the kits and they want the limited edition stuff, and they're willing to spend the extra money on it. But then there are also people that, like, when you upgrade something, even if that's not your intention, you make everyone feel like they're obsolete. Because that's what iPhone does. That's what Apple does all the time. That is their, like, business tactic, is when they know when they release something new and then, like, they drop off the updates, you're obsolete. Gotta update.
All right, so let's go ahead and do that test real quick with a fresh battery. Okay, yeah, it does hit. It does hit. I don't know why
that's the weak.
I don't know why that's doing that. It doesn't do that on the. And I think the way this is working, I could be wrong. I'm not an electrical engineer by any means. I don't know anything about that. But if we throw this on something, say like my Voopoo drag, I know, insult to injury over here. I got a Voopoo drag and I'm playing with the pulse. Who the fuck cares? Yes. So we're going to go up to 70 watts. This hits a lot harder. Now you could use the argument, the chipset and it being dual battery, but that's what true 70 watts looks like. Or shit. Airflow was closed off and vapor went up my nose. Oh, I see why that's doing that. Cotton's caving in on itself.
Oh.
Or shrinking.
I gotcha.
Hey, get my ceramic tip tweezers out. There we go, that's much better. Just pull that over a little bit. Oh, put that back together. Alright, so, going back on to what I was saying. Sorry, getting off topic there. I had a vape emergency, I had to fix it. Vape's great. But honestly, all in all, I think he's milking his customers for their money. I really do.
That's
I'm
what
trying
he's
not to
making
make this too long, but that's my honest opinion. You mean to, like I said, you mean to tell me I just bought the Pulse 80 watt? I waited a while for it to come out where I live. Finally got it, and now you're coming out with this? Now, here's one thing he could have done. Me and Beast were talking about that. Beast's not talking too much because he has been drinking. And
He's got a mod mouth tonight.
Oh, yeah, he has a mod mouth. But what he could have done was dual 2700 Squonk. The Rage, I believe, is dual 18650. Dual 2700 Squonk. Now that's innovative. And that's innovative on the vaping. Like, obviously, a lot of mods are using 2700s now. I actually have three, my bad. I have 3 that use 2700s. I have the Lismic Luxottic NC, the Geek Vape Blade, and the RX2 2700. So that's dual 2700 isn't new, but dual 2700 Squonk, now that's something. Tony, you have consumers or customers. I don't know why I keep saying consumers. You have customers who vape. Like, obviously, I don't vape that high, especially when I'm using my little dainty recurve. I typically vape at 50 watts, if that. Sometimes I have to bump it down because there's days where I feel 50 watts is too much for me. But you have guys who are wanting to get a product of yours, and I'm one of those guys that would take 2 2700s. I would like a mod that is that could go up to 150, maybe 200 watts and still be a Squonk. Now, obviously, we have the things like the G-Box, I believe. The Rage is also over 200 watts. The Rage like over 200 or 200. So we have those. And then there was the Dopefo. Dopefo? What the fuck is... What am I trying to say? Remember that? You remember the vaping biker? Remember that? He came out with the Squonk mod as well. I forgot what the fuck it was called.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what either.
Hang on. Let me see. Actually, we'll do it this way. Do it in front of my computer so everybody can see what I'm talking about. See, it's probably gonna take a while. Squonk.
You talking about the Watofo?
No, it's not a Watofo. This.
Oh, that sounded like what you were trying
The
to say.
Basium Squonker. Or Basium Squonker by the Vaping Biker and Dofo. Alright, so let's go ahead and go here. Let's look up the specs for that. That's 180, but still, you get the fucking point. What batteries does this one use? 18650. So we don't have any dual 2700 Squonkers. Tony, make that. You should have made the Pulse X a dual battery Squonker. I know you want to stay with the single battery, but there's some applications where dual battery or single battery just isn't an option. In the case of the Loop RDA, the Vendy Vape Phobia, even though I have a love-hate relationship with that, there's a lot of... You okay over there? You look like you about to pass out. But there's a lot of Dead Rabbit. The first Dead Rabbit, not the SQ. The dual coil Dead Rabbit is a squonkable RDA. Or an RSA, rebuildable squonking atomizer. We can't use the, well, we could if we made it single coil, which I've done because I don't have the SQ. But we want, with our original dead rabbits with the dual coil dead rabbits, we want to be able to use them in dual coil and be able to squonk with them at the same time, but that's feasibly not possible when you have a mod that's 80, 90 watts. It really isn't. Now you could build higher, less wraps, but I think the whole point of rebuildables now is to do sub-ohm. There's still a lot of people out there that want to do above ohm vaping, and that's perfectly fine. But for somebody like me, I like medium to high wattage. Medium for me being 50 watts, high being maybe 120, and that's about it. Because I don't care. I have Samsung 25Rs, and I'm not going past 150 watts on those. No thank you. I don't even go up to 150 watts. I used to vape 130 daily on Samsung 25Rs. No, it wasn't on Samsung 25Rs. It was actually sub-ohm cells. I had 4 of those. So. But, moving on. So I want to talk about the Pulse X RDA. I fucking love it. I love the innovation, and it's got that fucking... It literally looks like a fucking X pattern. It's fucking amazing. And you have the option, like, you take a look at the 502 by Jay Hayes. The only way you could build that RDA was, what's with vertical? Vertical's up and down, right? You can only build vertical coils in the 502. With this RDA, I don't want to knock Jay Hayes on this. Please, Jay Hayes, don't take this for what you think it is. Take it with a little tiny grain of salt. But this, you have the option of building vertical or horizontal. And Tony B had showed the RDA with vertical coils in it. It looks like it's really easy to build those. Personally, I like my horizontal coils. Just from tanks alone, I've never liked vertical coils. But it's just me. I like simple. And to me, horizontal coils are simple. But I hate to say it, Tony B is milking his customers on this one. I mean, seriously, the industry really needs to change. We need to have mods release, I wouldn't say every year, like every 1 year, but space it out to like 8 or 9 months before you release it. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. It probably wouldn't even be so bad because it's been 6 months. If he wasn't pretty much releasing a freaking carbon copy with a teeny tiny tweak. Okay, if he was releasing something new or something innovative or whatever, you know, I could be all behind that. I could be, damn, yeah, you go, son, like rock on. But no, it's basically the same thing. I get it. I get the Pulse. I get the Pulse 80 watt. I get the 80 watt was supposed to be the full, for like the prequel to the Pulse, but they wanted to release something a little less expensive or whatever as a trial run. The 90 watt is stupid. Okay? It's basically the same thing as the 80 watt. You could have done this much better, much simpler. You clearly have no business experience. Please go take a business workshop before you continue to make yourself look like a goddamn fool. And I'm done. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, so that's she summed it up for me. Pretty much what I'm trying to get at. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to tongue-tied. Subscribe to S13_TheBeast, and don't forget to subscribe to Terror Storm. Anyways, guys, this is Storm Family signing out.